Welcome to 334 Tactical Outdoors. Today I'm out here with my Perception Outlaw 11.5. I'm going to be installing 3 deck plates on this kayak today. I'm going to give you step-by-step instructions on how to install a deck plate and how to waterproof it. I appreciate you watching this. If you find this video helpful, please leave me a like. If you have any questions, leave me a comment. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. I appreciate you watching. Thanks. Alright guys, today I'm going to be installing a deck plate on this Perception Outlaw 11.5. I went with the 5-inch deck plate. It just looks a little bit cleaner for me personally. Now this 5-inch deck plate does not have a dry storage bag. That's not what I'm going for. I just want access to inside of my hull to do some wiring. And this one just looks a little bit better. It stays inside of your water line. It just looks better to me. I'll link it down in the description for you of what I'm using here. But this ring that the Outlaw's already got marked here is almost perfect. As you can see, it's just a little bit wobbler, so I'm going to cut and stay just inside the line here with my jigsaw to cut this out. Right now I'm going to go ahead and drill a hole with a let's see here, that's going to be a 3/16. I'm going to drill a hole, that way I can get my jigsaw blade in here. I'm going to go ahead and cut this out right here. So let me get a hole drilled. Like I said, I'm going to stay inside of this line and get with my jigsaw and get it cut out, and let me get that done. Little hole started. You don't have to be in no hurry doing this, so just take your time. You don't want to jab it through. There we go. Now that I got me a hole started here that I can get my jigsaw blade in, let me get my jigsaw and we're going to get this hole cut out. Alrighty, like I said, never throw anything you cut on a kayak, especially a big hole like this that is over 4 inches. Don't throw this away, because you can use this to patch other holes and things of that nature, so do not throw that away. Now that we got our hole cut, let's give it a, oh yeah. See how nice and tight that fit? It doesn't move. That'll create a nice tight seal. So let's get all this cleaned up. Get the vacuum cleaner out here and get this stuff cleaned up. And now I'm going to take my Dremel tool and just kind of dress this hole up some, clean these jagged edges off. I got my Dremel tool turned way down low. I'm not doing this in any hurry. I'm just wanting to clean these rough little edges. Alrighty, and we got all them rough edges cleaned off. Now guys, your holes don't have to be perfect here. As long as your deck plate sits down in here nice and tight, it's nice and uniform all the way around the edges. The reason that you want it as tight as you can get it is because when you press that silicone in, you're trying to create a nice watertight seal. So the more uniform that you can cut it and the tighter that you can fit it in here, the better that silicone is going to seal this hole up and make it 100% waterproof. I'm going to go ahead and get my some pilot holes drilled in this. I'm pilot hole in this a 1/16 inch drill bit. Get it right here. All right, I'm gonna hold it tight and I'm gonna get all the pilot holes drilled. As you can see, I'm not gonna let this deck plate go. I want all the holes to be exactly where they're supposed to be. Alrighty, now that I've got all the pilot holes drilled, I'm gonna come back, I'm gonna wipe it out. Now what I want to do is where this silicone has got to seal and make a nice tight bond here, I'm going to take some regular alcohol. I'm going to soak it on this paper towel. And I'm going to clean this entire area here where that silicone has got to bond down. You want this area to be 100% clean, free of any debris, anything that you've gotten on your kayak. Now this is a brand new kayak, I just got it. So just clean the area down. You don't want no residue or anything that the silicone might have trouble bonding with, or anywhere that can create a spot where water could get in. So get it cleaned down. Okay, get it nice and dry. There we go. Even right here on the back side of the deck plate where you're going to put the silicone at, make sure it's wiped off good. Now I'm using the Star Bright Marine silicone sealant on. I need a nice flat surface. Alrighty, now I'm just going to put a tad bit on this edge here. Alrighty. Get it lined back up with my pilot holes I've drilled there. Alrighty. Now I'm gonna go ahead and take my screws and go ahead and get it screwed down nice and tight. You don't want to over tighten these, you just want them nice, tight, and snug down. Alrighty. Now this silicone takes 24 hours to completely blend. It only takes like 3 or 4 hours for it to actually seal, but to get 100% true bond, it does take at least 24 hours. So I'm gonna let this cure for 24 hours. Okay guys, it's been 24 hours since I installed this deck plate here. Silicone's had plenty of time to cure, so I'm gonna go ahead and take the water hose, go ahead and wet this entire area around this deck plate, make sure it's 100% waterproof. So let's get this deck plate completely wet and make sure we ain't got no water leaking in. Water hose sounded like an old lady out here. Wet all around it. Just like water splashing in over the deck. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and just dry it off here. That way when I open it up, no water just falls down in there. That way I know it's waterproof. Alrighty, let me come take the camera down. Alrighty, let's open the deck plate up, make sure no water just seeps down in there from the seal. And as you can see guys, it's 100% waterproof. There's no water inside there. Let me take the camera and check around the seal here. And that's all there is to a deck plate. I appreciate you guys watching to the end. Hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, please leave me a like. I appreciate everything. Thanks guys.